Oh my god, Alex, who wrote this code? Who could have even possibly made such a horrible technical decision? Oof, I would have never written such a horrible piece of code. Hey there guys, Alex here, and in today's video we're going to be discussing a very common behavior amongst the developers, especially the junior ones or the less experienced ones, even the senior ones. And this relates to often showing very negative emotions when dealing with legacy code, and also when stumbling upon some specific parts of the specific system that people are working on, and then reacting in such a very negative and very immature way of approaching and commenting on someone else's work. I think I came up with this discussion today because I've heard this so many times. I hear it almost on a daily basis. I hear it in my streams. I have people coming to my stream asking, why didn't you use technology X over technology Y? And sometimes I kind of troll back the people in my streams saying, oh, hey Alex, why didn't you, do everything perfectly? Because if I wrote that code, it would have been obviously perfect in every single way. I think it's a very interesting discussion no matter your skill level, so hear me out for 10 minutes. I think it can actually help you as well to at least appear more experienced, even if you're not, because those types of things can and often do show a massive lack of experience, and you might appear actually maybe even less experienced than you are if you do those things. So for example, whenever you're approaching a different code base, a legacy code base, a brand new code base, or any code base at all, the first and most fundamental thing that you should do is you should try to kind of learn the code base first, get in the context of why something is written in a certain way, talk to other people, try to get the background off, and then give it time, give it a couple of months to be in that company before you make any comments. The main reason why I'm talking about this is because, when you're working on a side project, on your hobby project, on your Hello World app, you have all the time in the world to choose to make technical decisions, because basically you're not investing anything, you're not spending your money, you're basically building something with infinite amount of time. Hence you have all of the space in the world to take as much time as you want. In reality, when companies or startups are founded, they're founded in a very different way. A lot of the founders have limited skills. They're maybe building everything on their own, like I'm doing, for example, with Programmer Network. So basically, the time and the money and the skills are very limited. So when the company is founded, and eventually if it succeeds, which is very rare, a lot of technical decisions are made in any kind of way where the company or the project can move on, so it can survive, it can find its place on the market, etc., etc., etc. Of course, naturally, when you raise money, you're still building the foundation and the software that that was built initially when again, resources and time and everything was not there. So in simple words, whenever you are kind of approaching a project, you have to account for those things in mind. For instance, like, let me give you an example. I'm building a programmer network now, and I'm obviously using the tools and the skill and the libraries and the databases and all of that, things that I know best. Is there some technology out there today that would, let's say, perform better for my API? Like, Go can, Go is way better concurrent than Node.js. It can serve this many requests versus this many requests. And I'm also using React for my front end. So someone is going to come, and say, why are you not using, this great thing today? It can, but that's the whole point, right? Like, every product is built at a certain time with a certain skills. And as technology evolves, you can basically say that from 5 years from now, any code base that we might look back in 2028 will probably be able to say, oh my God, who the hell wrote this? Why did they do this? So in simple words, if you ever are in doubt, if you ever want to criticize somebody, if you ever are in doubt on why some things are done, try to put yourself a bit into other people's perspectives. Try to give it time before you comment on anything. So if there's something bad somewhere, there's a reason for that. Just keep in mind that, and this is where you have to show a lot more respect, is that no matter what, the product that you're joining is working. So the product is online, it's working, it's making money. That's why you actually did manage to get a job, that's what's paying for your salary. So before you ever decide to criticize a code base, to criticize part of the system, remember the system works. This is a huge and fundamental point that you have to understand. No matter the certain negatives or certain shortcomings of a specific system, the system itself works. You have been employed as an expert in that subdomain for which you got the job to make it better. So if you want to appear professional, if you want to appear experienced, if you want to be a truly great colleague, a truly great employee who has a huge potential to even be promoted, keep in mind that instead of complaining, instead of being negative about things, just propose solutions, or even better, just implement things and make them better. So if you're ever in doubt on how you should react, always be proactive, always try to be the person that does the change and not just strictly talks about the change. It's like, why did we do this like this? Why didn't we do this like this? One of my previous managers, maybe from 5-6 years ago, I'm not going to name him in this video, just for his sake, he taught me one little thing. You know, I would come to him every now and then, and very often, and I would be that guy. It's like, why did we do this? And why did we do that? And why are we not doing this like this? And he started doing one very interesting thing that really changed my perspective on things. He just started saying, do it. You know, just go ahead and do it. You have the free hands. Whenever you think that something is bad or something can be done better, just be the person who, explains that to your colleagues. You need to convince them that it's bad and that we can do it better. And actually, it kind of I magically stopped doing that, because I kind of, I enhanced my perspective. I made a few steps back and I tried to actually understand the whole product better before I made those comments. So again, try not to appear inexperienced, and you will appear inexperienced with this type of behavior, because if you jump ahead and start making assumptions and start criticizing and guilting somebody, remember always that there's always a reason why things are as they are. Some founder back then had this type of skill. They maybe got some help for a very short period from someone else. Maybe they have hired a consultant for only a limited amount of hours. So there's always a background for something. Of course, we are developers. We deal with code. We find good pieces of code, bad pieces of code, whatever that is. But fundamentally, your code in a couple of years, someone else is going to read it and is going to say the same thing. So if we want to stop with this kind of endless circle of negativity, instead of doing that, try to put yourself in the shoes of others. Try to understand the context. Ask around. Go to your CTO. I'm very sure that the CTO is going to give you all the answers that you need, and then you'll be able to understand things a little bit better. That's really all that I have for today. This is again, I'm going to try doing those vlog short videos, just sharing some of my thoughts, so I can also link them in my live streams when people ask me about this. So in simple words, think about this. It's a very kind of simple discussion, but a very important one. And if you want to do well in career, if you want to be a nice person that people don't afraid to talk to or share some ideas, I highly advise you to act in this way. I wish you best. Take care of yourselves as always. Do something good for yourselves. Be smart, and I'll catch you up in another one. Cheers. Peace out, guys. Bye. Alex out.